An arrest has been made as the investigation continues into a deadly stabbing at a Spartanburg apartment complex. Police say Taheem Rogers is charged with possession of a weapon during a violent crime. Officers arrested him after finding Rogers walking on Highway 290 in Duncan around 10 p.m. last night. Now, his arrest comes about 2 days after officers were called to the Robert Smalls apartments on Wofford Street just after 4:30 p.m. That was Tuesday for that reported stabbing, and that's where they found a man lying in an upstairs hallway with multiple stab wounds. Police say that man was pronounced dead at the scene. The Spartanburg County Coroner's Office has identified him as 45-year-old Jamerson Bobo.